It's time to welcome some new faces into the Trackmania Live, someone I haven't talked to before, but he seems to come more and more up on my feed, and I was like, hey, I don't understand what he's saying, so the best chance is actually to ask him who he is, what he do in Trackmania, and sort of get a feeling about this French community overall.
Yeah.
It's time to welcome you in, man. How is life? How is everything? And who are you really?
Thank you, Eric. I'm doing pretty well, So to introduce me to the English community, because I guess that a lot of English players just watch your videos to understand what is happening in France. And so my name is Askins. I play Trackmania since 1 year. And that's not much, in fact, because I started this project of being a good player in Trackmania a year ago when I was to the Trackmania Cup 2019. I just thought this game is so good. It's so good. I want to do a project a project from scratch, being a noob to the game and practice during a whole year the game and see how far I can go in a Trackmania Cup 2020. So that's why you can maybe see my face now, because I live stream the game since a year, and I started really bad, and now I'm kind of proud of my level in the game. I passed the fifth round in a Trackmania Cup, and now I do competitions and various projects on the game, like mostly competitions, But I want to play the game furthermore to be really good for Trackmania Cup 2021. So that's my project. I just practiced the game for a year, and now I continue practicing the game for the next Trackmania Cup.
So you are a direct reason of Zerator's influence in Trackmania. Without him, you wouldn't be in Trackmania.
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Yeah, let's say that if the Trackmania Cup 2019 wasn't a thing, would you be in Trackmania, or is that the reason why you found out about it?
I think I started the game because Zerator brought a lot of hype to the game, and without that, I wouldn't be as much involved in the game,
But then you have played for a year or over a year now. Can you tell us, what is your feeling about the Trackmania? You have been sort of in the most busy time of Trackmania. We had some big numbers by Zerator, and of course the new game. So can you tell us, how would you sum up your time in the last year in Trackmania?
It was at first it was just play the game on live stream and have fun on it, because just doing the solo campaign in Trackmania 2 Stadium. But then I realized that the game is really cool to just relax and chill, because it's a game where I can just speak with my community and still keep playing. And at first it was a really exhausting game, because it's kind of hard and everything. But now it's just a game that relaxes me a lot, and that's why I kept playing the game even during December, for example, one of the worst months for Trackmania, because there is no competitions, there is no Zerator or anything else. And yeah, that's why I kept playing the game, and that was from now on, it's the game I launch when I want to relax on my computer, and I just play maps and enjoy it. Yeah.
And then for someone who's new to it, I guess you are maybe a good person to ask. What would you say is the difference between the old game that you played for a little while and then the new game that you have essentially also played for a little while?
It's funny, this question, because one of my friends, maybe you know him, Ceremix. It's a French streamer. And he was like, oh no, the game is so different from Trackmania 2 Stadium. There is like 1 pixel difference with the car. And personally, I think that the game is really similar, and it's quite natural to play the new game when you've played a lot Trackmania 2 Stadium, except, for the ice. But it's realistic, maybe. It's not, it won't exist in real life, but it's the feeling of the car. But it's ice, so it slides okay, and that was not so hard to be in the new game, What I think.
There is a topic in Trackmania at the moment that how will we keep new players in this game? You have been a new player yourself. What would you say is the key part to actually keep players that are coming into it to actually play Trackmania for a year and more like you do?
I think that what they're doing with the new game, with Track of the Days and Track of the Day and everything else, is a good way to keep new players. because it's like even if you're not good at the game, there is every day different tracks and different way to play. I think that's the way to keep new players, but it's really hard because I can't say how to keep new players because I stayed at the game because it was a project on my streams, etc. I don't know if I would have played the game that much if I wasn't streaming, the game. I think anyways, I think that what they are doing right now with the new game is pretty good to keep new players. I think. And in fact, the TMGL and every project now that it's more casual friendly, I guess, with more streamers, etc., might bring new players in the game without the Zerator streaming or anything else. That's great, I think.
You said you had a project from ZrT Cup 2019 to 2020. Will it be a project to see how much better you can be until the next edition as well?
Yeah, I will keep practicing the game. And I think I do several videos on my YouTube channel because I'm also a YouTuber, and every video is like, from now on, I'm pretty bad, but in 2 months we're gonna do another video to see how good I can be, and I will just continue this until 2021 and maybe further if I want to play the game further. That's a really cool project that is really really cool to have on my YouTube channel and my Twitch channel. It's really great.
So how do you then improve? Is it like asking your friends to remix? Is it asking the top players? Or is it learning simply everything yourself?
In fact, at first it was being coached by players like Wozil and Cyremix and Schultz. It's a French player as well. But it was the key to progress faster than everyone, because they were like, this is how you drift, this is how you practice on dirt, this is how you have to behave on different surfaces, But now it's just by myself and by watching other players and playing with them. But it's not like they teach me stuff, because with 400 hours of practicing the game for now, I can understand pretty much everything when I play it now. So it's just watching the pro players to play, but not if I ask them, sorry, how to do it. We'll be like, I don't know, man. You can just do it and just try it, and that's no, it's just practicing, But at first, it was being coached. Yeah, the Trackmania community was really great to me, and that was so cool at first.
But do you have any goals for the next edition of ZrT Cup? That is going to be like the biggest and probably most stacked edition we have ever seen of the Cup. So what goals do you have for that edition?
My official goal is to be on stage, play with pro players. But I know that it's impossible because they play the game since several years. But my goal would be to do better than I did to the previous edition. I did the 5th round. I want to go further, and that's my goal, personal goal.
But it's not only ZrT Cup that you're involved with. We saw recently that you are announced to be casting the Trackmania Grand League, casting it for one of the newest orgs. You now casted one step of Trackmania Grand League. Can you tell us, how was your Sunday?
My Sunday, I casted the Trackmania Grand League for BDS Esports. It's a Sweden, how do you say it? It's from Switzerland, Swiss esport club. And I was casting for the player Afi, if you know him. And that was so cool to do. It was my first cast ever, and I realized that it's so great to explain things about the game, but also it's a show. It's you have to do. Oh my God, Carl Jr. is on. What the? And it was so cool, and I will continue to cast it until the end of TMGL. And now I want to do the Open Gold League as well. It will be on Saturdays, and that was really cool. And we continue it. Maybe on different games later. I don't know.
But can you tell us, how did this deal come to fruition? Was it BDS reaching out to you? Was it Afi? Was it you reaching out to them? How did you end up casting Trackmania Grand League?
In fact, BDS tried to join another streamer, Kenny Stream, or maybe someone else, and he was not available for this event. So Kenny Stream said, Askins is a new player of Trackmania, and he's really involved in the community. It would be great if you let him cast the game. And that's how they joined me. They just sent me a Twitter direct message, and that's it. Now I'm here.
But then I guess your chat is a good example of how do new fans react to Trackmania Grand League. What was the reaction you got from casting it? Did you see any reaction from the chat, any feedback?
It was a huge question I wondered before the event, because I was like, Trackmania Grand League is a cool event, but it's really reserved to the Trackmania community. You know, it's like if you're not a Trackmania player, you won't enjoy Trackmania Grand League. So at the start of the stream, I was like, I had to explain everything about the Trackmania Grand League. And my chat was like, it's so cool, I want to see more, and they reacted really well. They enjoyed it a lot. Go Afi, go Afi, go Afi. And it was really cool, and they didn't expect so much hype around this project. But I was like, even I discovered the TMGL last year after 3 steps, you know, even if I'm a Trackmania player. So I thought, how can a non-Trackmania player discover these events? But it's much more hyped, you know, today.
And then you look forward, there are still 5 steps left. I have put a ballsy bet out there. I said that Afi is going to make the playoffs. Do you think that Afi will eventually make the playoffs, or how do you see his chances in Trackmania Grand League?
I don't know him so well for now. He did 5th on first step. I think that he's a really good player with a nice, how would you say, régu, we say in French, when you pass... consistency, sorry. And I hope to see him in the playoffs, you know. But he's a new player in Trackmania Grand League. It's only the first step. It's hard to not imagine player like Carl Jr., Pac, anyone else being in the playoffs. But I hope so much that he will be in the playoffs. I would be so proud of him, because he's a really nice guy. Really happy when I was with him in Discord after the event. He was like, "Oh my god, I did it!" So happy, and that's really cool for him. And I hope he will be in the playoffs. But I can't expect it from him, because he shouldn't be disappointed if he's not in the playoffs. You know.
Yeah, exactly what I said as well. He's an underdog, but everything above a playoff is simply a bonus for him. It's his first season, right? So everything's a bonus, and that must be great to simply go in there and play. You have nothing to lose. And Carl Jr. has everything to lose, right?
Right. But his level is really impressive. I didn't thought he was this good, in fact, at the game, and I'm really proud of him for what he did on step 1.
But then if you look at the other players, how much knowledge do you have about them? And is there any players that sticks out to you as a favorite to win Trackmania Grand League?
My favorite is, like everyone, I think Papu, you know, because Papu is really impressive, and I really like him. He's so nice, and he's really fun, etc. But in fact, I don't know that much other players, because I was joined by BDS 2 days before the TMGL, so I didn't have time to just check every players, etc. But I think Papu can do it on first place. Maybe Carl Jr., of course, if his level just rises a bit for the next step. And that's it. Other players like Matt, Twin, Avon, etc. I don't know them that much, so I will just wait and see what they can do.
And final question from me. There are a lot of different casts in Trackmania Grand League. Can I tell people that maybe don't are French, why should they watch your cast? What is sticking out to you? How would you describe your cast?
In fact, I'm not a bad player of Trackmania, and there are some French cast of bad players to Trackmania. I'm just kidding, but I think that I can bring something different. Like I know the game really well, and I play the map for Open Grand League. So I know the difficulties of every map, and I can explain this to the audience, and that's the main difference, I guess. And please just join us for every step on Sundays. Don't go watch Sardosh. He has too much viewers. You know? Just kidding.
But tell them, people, where can they watch it? What is the Twitch handle they can go and watch it at?
It's really hard to spell, even in English, but it's Ascuns Missile.
Okay.
Because Askins is not a name available on Twitch, don't know why. So just a joke with Ascuns and missile, rocket in English, you know, because I'm really fast. That's why I just picked that. And maybe you will put the link in the description below.
I can do that.
In the description below, just take the link.
But yeah, any final word for people? I said that I watch you a lot of in my Twitter feed. I see your name popping up here and there. If so, how will we see you in the future of Trackmania besides maybe just ZrT Cup and Trackmania Grand League?
I think that now I will do at least one competition a month, I guess. Like the other months I did a K Cup from Chemical Corp. And that's how they can see me in Trackmania, because I do a lot of competitions, because that's how I like to play, practice maps for competition, and the stress of being near the 8th place that you need to pass. It's so cool. I like it a lot.
Mm.
And that's it. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. And I just want to say thanks for stepping up and being so. It's so easy to ask French streamers to come on. It's like every time I ask, I expect to, and someone has to say no at some point. But all of them are like, yes, of course, I will do it. And it's so easy to book you guys. So I just want to say once again, you are one of these guys that are really easy to book with. Even though we have never spoken before, it's like, sure, let's go ahead and do this interview.
That's really cool of you. And in fact, I think we are all impressed of your work on Trackmania, and that's really cool to see someone that implied in the game and that professional, because you do a lot of things, and it's not only one player. Every player has a highlight with you, and that's really great of you as well. Thank you.
And then a final word from me. I see you at the stage in Bercy, Accor Hotels Arena, so I can do an interview with you there as a player, right?
Right, of course.
That's it for Ascuns. And if you want to see him, he is also casting Trackmania Grand League on Sunday. That's for BDS in French. Thanks a lot once again for stepping up and doing this.
Thank you, man. See you maybe later or any day.
We'll see each other soon.